September at Gasper Cottage is the season of apples. Apples for elevenses, apple pudding, any kind of apples you like, really. I also have, just to make a change, quinces. Although I only have 3, so I haven't bothered to pick them because I don't think there's anything you can do with 3 quinces. But the orchard also in September gets its annual haircut. So all the long grass gets stripped off and it gets mown as short as possible. All that material gets taken off and composted, which is a huge job, but it is gradually reducing the vigour of the grasses and encouraging more and more wildflowers and other perennial plants to come through in the grassland area. We have, however, left it long, kind of round the edge of the pond, just because it's still looking really fantastic. And the reflections as those various plants are starting to change colour is really magical, which I'm loving. And, also from that decking, you do get that glimpse out to the landscape beyond. But in the garden itself, it's also the season of grasses. At this point, the grasses are really filled with colour still, and movement and all of the usual energy that you get from grasses. And I use them in various different parts of the garden, but, different heights and sizes, and some are very fluffy, some are quite stiff. But September is a very special time of year for those grasses, and they will improve as the seasons go by. September is also the aster season, and I have lots of this one, which is munch, and I've got some of the smaller flowered, I've got some here, I've got some by the drive, all over the places. However, in September, I've also still got a huge amount of the summer bedding that we put in, including these little really vivid pink zinnias, and the cosmos are going completely mad. They love it. And the salvias are starting to really come into their own at this time of year. It's a shame they don't do it, when it's more summery, but it's fabulous now. They're still so wonderful. Now they'll carry on till the frosts, as will the dahlias, which, are also the big highlight of the late summer garden. The sedums in various areas, particularly through the big curved bed, sort of put in a different form, and that kind of plate-like seed head that they have creates quite a different balance of colour and shape. The hotbed at the centre of the garden is basically going mad at this time of year. Some of those tithonia are so tall you can't, not even in the frame. But there's lots of dahlias, and even the things like the seed heads there from those digitalis ferruginea are fantastic, really rich, rusty colour. The sunflowers are still glorious. And what's really amazing about this bed is that when you see it against the sky or backlit, the colours really, really pop. I mean, particularly the sunflower against the blue. It's a cliche, we love it. But the canna leaves here, where they're backlit, you see all the veins and the ribbing in the leaves, which is a very special effect, which you don't notice otherwise. And the secret garden this season, the intense flowers of the dahlias throughout the garden set off against those clouds of the asters and still the geraniums, and there's so much colour still, which is amazing at this time of year. And the secret garden combines all of that colour with the grasses. And as you see, the grasses at this time of year have still got that rich golden colour, and the seed heads of the miscanthus are pink, which pulls together the different colours, the vivid flowers and the delicacy of the grass heads in a kind of melody of pinks through to mauves through to purples. I love it.